Good evening, welcome to Ray McVinnie's Kitchen. I'm Monique Bradley.
And I'm Ray McVinnie, and this is my kitchen. I've got a bit of a cold today.
Yes, but you are still here, slaving over a hot stove tonight to cook something
Yeah,
fabulous.
I am.
What's on the menu, Chef?
Oh, well, I know it sounds flash, but I've just got back from the Mediterranean.
Get you.
So I thought I'd do something Mediterranean, generic Mediterranean. It's the sort of flavours I really like. We're sort of Eastern Mediterranean, a little bit of North Africa.
So I want to ask you a question. Your travels that you've just been on, you've been on a cruise.
Yep.
Are we going to get to read about that as well?
You're definitely going to get to read about that. I was on a Royal Caribbean, celebrity
Fabulous.
reflection cruise, and I will be doing 2 stories for Bite. Basically, one of them on my first cruise. I've never been on one before. It was really interesting from an anthropological point of view.
Yes.
And the other one will be all the great places we stopped: Barcelona, Nice,
I'm
Malaga.
jealous.
Well, yeah.
And it was hot, right?
It was so hot. I know.
Living the dream.
Really hot.
Now, as always, we're live, it's interactive. Feel free to ask questions
Yeah.
throughout the show. Welcome to everybody watching on Bite, on Fresh and Seasonal, over on Ray's page and Your Fix TV. Hello to Jonathan Penrose, who's watching from Christchurch.
Jonathan, how are
Tracy
you?
Marie, who is, just said hello, wonderful souls. Great
Tracy Marie.
having you all with us.
Right,
So,
what are
let's
we
get
making?
started.
Oh, we're going to make like a spicy chicken stew. And I hate this word, but it's kind of slightly deconstructed in that.
Oh,
I
is
know.
it a bit rustic?
No, it's not.
Because I know you don't like that word so much.
Quite
either.
rustic, yeah. Look, over here, I'll tell you what I've been doing. I, speed it along the boring bit. In here are,
Oh, that smells so good.
I know, 2 onions, 2 sticks, diced up, 2 sticks of celery, 2 carrots, diced up, finely chopped ginger, quite a lot of garlic,
Yeah, smells great.
chili flakes,
Yes,
preserved lemon.
because you are a fan of preserved
I
lemons.
love preserved lemon, and my partner Jenny does the best preserved lemon. That's our own preserved lemons.
fabulous.
Off our own trees,
Fab.
yep. And fresh turmeric. Yeah.
Turmeric. Now, because I was wondering, looking in here, this dish is
It's
so
very
yellow.
Very yellow, yeah. So it's interesting with the big, fad and trend and fashion for turmeric. You
Turmeric
can now.
latte fan, yes.
Well, I saw you can buy bags of fresh turmeric in the supermarket for $4.99.
Serious?
Yeah. This is
Can
free.
you store it in the freezer?
This lasts for no. You put it in the fridge. It lasts for about 3 or 4 weeks.
Wow.
So it lasts really well in the fridge.
That's so
I don't know. See that, Pete? You see that colour? That's fresh turmeric. So I like it because it belongs in this dish. It goes with these flavours. I'm not eating it or using it because it's some kind of health thing. You don't need to. Just eat good food,
So true.
Yeah. So, and I put 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil in there, and I I fried it really slowly without browning it. So that is the sort of stewy part. This is the beginning of the
It's very
stewy part.
vibrant colours as well.
Yeah, I really
Very
like
pretty.
it. Oh, it just reminds me, that's the thing about the Mediterranean. It's really intense.
Awesome.
So I'm going to, now, Pete, you got a bit of running around to do tonight. Pete's behind the camera.
and
Yeah.
he produces the show.
So because what I'm going to do is add the liquid to this and get it cooking, then I'm going to do the chicken.
Excellent.
All right.
Now, keep sending your questions and your messages in. Tracy Marie Huia has actually just said, we must get you, Ray, to Norfolk Island.
You must.
Yes.
Where are you? You must.
So
Yes.
next year
Yeah.
is the 25th anniversary of the Norfolk Island Country
really?
Music Festival.
Hey, that sounds good.
I know. And I know you're a fan of country
I like
music,
a bit
Ray.
of country
So,
and western.
Tracy's been saying to me we need to get Ray over there to
All
do a
right.
live stream. I think it's a good
Okay,
idea.
I'm going to turn up the heat. And what's going to go in here is some canned tomatoes. It's just tomatoes and salt. So that's going to go in there. And 400 mils of chicken stock. And now all I'm going to do is let that simmer. I'm going to bring it to the boil. It's going to cook the
Delicious.
vegetables, melt all those flavours together.
It just looks like a beautiful chunky soup.
Yeah,
doesn't
well,
it?
yeah, that's what I like about, those Mediterranean things they have, is it a soup, is it a stew? I
Love
really
it.
like that sort of thing.
Love it.
That you pour into a deep dish and you dunk your bread in it and, wipe it all around. It's got lots of olive oil in it. It's
Yum.
good for you. Mediterranean diet, can't beat it.
Now, Abby Leaf has just said, hey, fabulous people.
Hey, Abby, nice to have you on board.
Jonathan Penrose said he's actually watching from Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Yeah.
Oh, what's your favourite Malaysian dish, Jonathan.
And he's actually said there's lots of amazing different ingredients here. We would love to hear what you found. And Abby's also said, welcome back, Ray. Good to see you.
Yeah, no, nice to be back. And I know Malaysian ingredients quite well, so if I can help, let me know.
And Romana Locke has just said kia ora.
Oh, hey.
Wow,
Kia ora.
nice to have you guys with us.
Yeah. Right. That's going to come to the boil now, and it's going to simmer away rather nicely. Hang on, I'm just going to bring it to a really good boil. And that's the stewy part of things. And I'm going to cook the chicken separate. So this is a stew, which has the meat separate from the, you know, the stewy part, the liquid. But it has got chicken stock in it, so it is sort of a chicken mixture. Coming to the boil.
Jonathan Rose has just said his favourite dish so far is crispy duck.
Oh, look, I love, oh, crispy duck. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, no, very, very good. All right, that can now be turned down. And poor old Pete, we're going to send you back over there because I'm going to go back to the bench and beat some chicken out now, I think. Beat up some chicken. Yeah. Sounds great. I know, I know. Hang on, I just want to taste that before anything else happens. Just to make sure.
And remember, team, keep sending in your questions and your comments. It's really lovely to have you guys with us. Now, if you're looking for this recipe, it's already loaded into Ray's website. It's right there on the front page. So do head to his website, raymcvinnie.com, to get the recipe.
Okay.
This is looking serious.
This is looking serious. Well, it's really serious because I'm using raw chicken for a start.
That's true.
So, okay, this stuff is just coated with Campylobacter. It doesn't matter where it comes from, whether it's organic, free range, or whatever. Highly likely that it will have Campylobacter on it. So it's on my fingers, it's on that plate. I know, hang on.
Yeah. Now Roger Cheaton's just messaged in and said, what are you cooking, mates?
Ah, what am I cooking?
He's just joined the stream.
Spicy chicken stew, Roger.
Oh,
so, what I want to get is, I want some beautiful little flat pieces of chicken like this. Okay? See, it's on my fingers now. So it's quite good to have a box of these around. Okay, and that gets...
I know a lot of people have asked me when you've seen those before, are they tissues?
These are not tissues. Yeah. These are the most fantastic kitchen towels. My unsustainable dirty little secret is I love them. Yeah, they're really, really good. Incredibly, tough. Yeah. Yeah, you can wet them, you can wipe them, they're really good. All right, so look, this is what I've got. I've got 600 grams of chicken. And what I want to do is I'll just take the fillet out, which is that. That's the grain of the meat sort of going like that. So I'm going to just cut that into 2 centimetre thick slices.
I think I've clearly been making things harder for myself in the kitchen.
No, you should always make things easier for yourself, Monique. Yeah, and true. I'm going to rinse this knife and my hands immediately.
Awesome. Good set of hygiene practices.
Well, luckily nobody in this house has ever had Campylobacter, which I'm really pleased about because it's not pretty.
It's not pretty at all.
You get your little meat hammer or a wine bottle or
what have you got?
Whatever. I've had this one for years. That's why it's been through the dishwasher and gone a funny colour. Turning around looking at that, that's fine.
Looking good.
Yep. And turn these over so that the cut sides down like that.
Why do you do that?
So that you can smack them out. And I'm going to gently beat these out. Don't suddenly start, you know,
smashing it.
You'll have Campylobacter all over the place, probably stuck to your eyebrows as well. So, you know, so just tap these out. What I'm doing is I basically want them to cook quickly, but I still want them to be juicy. So that's all I did. See, about 1 centimetre thick. Throw those on there. You get a few funny little shapes. It doesn't matter. All right. But it's a good way to make chicken go further.
Of course. Yeah. Are you going to chop them into smaller pieces?
No, I am once they're cooked. I'm going to slice them up,
Oh, that's cool.
I know. Right. So just tap those out. How's the time? All right.
Now, Raja's just said, if I may ask, how was your trip, Ray?
Trip was great, Raja. I had a really, really good time. It was really, I was working, you know. But I had a very interesting time. I've never been on a cruise ship before. It was most interesting. I had my anthropological hat on. No, I didn't. No, I had to eat in 9 restaurants, which was quite interesting.
Wow, spoilt for choice.
Yeah, it was good. So look, see what I've done? I've just tapped that out just nicely. Now that goes straight into the sink.
Now I can see a whole bunch of people have just joined the stream. If you've just joined us and you're looking for the recipe, it is available on Ray McVinnie's website, raymcvinnie.com. Tonight we're making a Mediterranean-inspired chicken stew based on your travels overseas in the Mediterranean.
That's right, especially, and I sort of got the idea of this being in southern Spain where there's a lot of Arab influence.
So you would drink it maybe with a nice red wine?
No, you wouldn't drink it, you'd eat it with
eat it with a nice red wine.
Yeah, because in Europe, of course, they might have a glass of white wine as an aperitif, you know, before your meal. The rest of it's red.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, so that's the chicken, goes into a bowl. Where's my tongs? Over here. Stir up see, this is looking really nice.
Okay, we're looking good over there, nothing's burning.
Nothing's burning, it's always good. 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, that's one of them. Oh, and also, before I throw that chicken in there, I'm going to put a tablespoon of ground cumin. So we're getting a little bit sort of Moroccan, you know?
That smell is just amazing. Now, Jonathan Penrose has just said a very lovely comment. He said, your live stream clarity is just amazing. Credit to Mr. Ward tonight.
Yeah, Mr. Ward, thank you.
Behind the camera for making it all happen.
Well, was he talking about our clarity?
Oh, our clarity.
You know, our delivery, you know? Yeah, I hope so. Maybe it's both. Yeah.
Everything.
Good. I want a clove of garlic, just, you know, finely chopped, or just chop that up. You don't have to get too hysterical about how fine it is. Like that. All right. So in there I've got extra virgin olive oil.
Yum.
And I've got ground cumin.
Oh, an interesting question. Catherine Hewish, my lovely friend, has just messaged in and said, why extra virgin olive oil?
Because it's real. It's the stuff that has been squeezed out of an olive without using heat or being chemically rectified or being a second pressing. So it's a natural product. That's why I want to eat it, because I just want to eat food. Okay, so it's a really good question, Catherine.
Yeah, really good question.
Yeah, I just want to eat food, and that's the most natural sort of.
In a dish like this, could you use something like avocado oil?
Yes, you could. Yeah. It'll be, a bit richer, right? So a little bit more than 2 tablespoons. So yes, that's why I use it. And then the chicken goes in there, like that. The dish goes in the thing, and you might. Hang on a moment. You might think I'm getting, you know, a little bit pedantic about chicken hygiene. You can't. Seriously. You know, don't risk it.
Just checking on this.
Good. Now we're going to turn all that over so that you've got lots of thin slices of chicken coated in ground cumin and oil and garlic.
Delicious.
I'm going to put a little bit of salt in that as well. Just some.
See, I haven't really done a lot with Mediterranean flavours. That's why I love these shows, because I learn so
Mediterranean.
much as well.
I love Mediterranean food.
I enjoy it when I eat it.
Pepper. Yeah.
But I've never really done it myself.
No.
Seeing you do it makes it look so easy.
Well, it's classic. I mean, a lot of the food that we eat is based on this sort of food. But the Mediterranean diet, you know, what is it? Lots of fruit and vegetables, nuts, that sort of thing.
Yeah, oils, good fats.
Extra virgin olive oil,
Beautiful.
You know, good for you. God, I'd forgotten I was in Italy, and you see those old, not old,
the old
but
nonnas.
the nonnas, you know, riding their bike in the market.
They're so fit.
Beautiful skin, olive oil.
It's olive oil, they put it everywhere.
Yeah.
Catherine Hewish just messaged back and said, I didn't know that, awesome.
Yeah,
So
it's
there you
worth.
go.
So, that can sit there because I've got a roasted red capsicum here.
Did you do that yourself?
No, I didn't.
Did you buy it?
I buy this, yeah.
Where did you get that from?
You can buy this in the supermarket. This brand, they come in brine or a little bit of vinegar. And
I did not know that.
they are, this is from the Olive Lady. It's a very good product. So slice that up. And that, I'm just going to turn around and don't come over, Pete. I'm just going to put this into the stewy part of things, okay? So that's the roasted red capsicum. So that goes in there.
Great question has come on from Abby Leaf.
Abby, speak to us.
Simple but delicious recipe for a teriyaki sauce to make teriyaki chicken.
Dead easy. You buy some mirin, which is the sweet Japanese cooking sake, and any Japanese traditionalist would hold up their hands with horror if I say this. Pardon, but this is my easy gaijin recipe. You get half mirin, half really good, you know, naturally brewed soy sauce like Kikkoman, and you put it together, taste it. It should taste sweet and salty. Okay, you might want to adjust the salt and the sweet. And then you marinate whatever it is in
Beautiful.
that. And it's kind of basically it. You can reduce that down and it'll go syrupy.
Oh, yum.
It's not the traditional way. They make, I mean, don't get me started on traditional teriyaki. It has those two things in it, but a little bit different the way you do it.
There you go, Abby.
All right.
It helps.
Okay.
And Lisa Ann Lethbridge Stewart, and I hope I said that right, said, because she can see some of her friends watching, and this is what we love about this. She said, I hope Brooke and Tracy are taking notes.
Yeah,
clearly,
Brooke and Tracy, come on.
To make this amazing. And if you have just joined the stream and you want to know where the recipe is, it's actually over on Ray's website, right there on the front page, raymcvinnie.com. You can download it and try the recipe this week.
Yep.
In fact, if you do, we'd love to know how it works in your kitchen, if your family like it, what do you think. It's already smelling great here in the kitchen. I love that you're doing that really easily. You're putting in some extra water there?
Oh, I wanted to swill out what I noticed that a whole lot of tomatoes were still in the can. So, you know, swill it out with a bit of water, cook it down.
Now, I was having a chat with my mate Dino last night. He's a builder and he's a real foodie, so he watches your show all the time. And he said to me, what are your thoughts, Ray, on, or he wanted me to ask, on canned tomatoes? So I'm surprised you're using them tonight.
Dino, really good question. Look, I only want to eat real food, you know. I don't want to eat food with additives, you know. So people think that I won't eat anything out of cans. Well, I'll eat things out of cans that are made of, what's it made of, Monique?
Tomatoes.
Yeah, hey, look at this. It's made out of tomatoes and salt. It's kind of what I would have put in there if I wanted to preserve it. So I'm very happy to use
canned foods.
The thing is, Dino.
Yeah, Dino.
The thing is, Dino, read the labels. Anything that you're going to give your hard-earned money to food manufacturers for, find out what's in it and see whether it's worth buying. You know, there are a lot of packets and cans that are worth opening.
And we're actually going to do a show about that.
Yeah, we are. There are a lot of cans and packets that you may as well just throw in the rubbish bin.
Wow, that's really good to know. And Raja, who said, wow, he didn't realise you'd been away on a cruise.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He also has just said, how long do we need to marinate the chicken in the oil and garlic?
I'm going to cook it right now. You can do it like several hours before if you want to, but I want to put this all together tonight, so I'm going to do it right now. Okay, I'm going to clear a space here. Now, Pete, we're going to go back over here. I'm going to swap these pans over because I've got a ridged grill here, which is nice and hot.
Oh, so you're going to cook the chicken separately?
I'm going to cook the chicken.
Oh.
You're getting it now. You're finally getting it. Right, yeah. I'm going to cook chicken, So
I thought you were going to cook it away in there the whole time.
No, I'm not. And it's going to be so boring. And, you know, we've only got 10 minutes. So, you know, turn up the heat. Don't have to put any oil in here because I put the oil on the chicken.
Of course.
Yep.
Great one.
Get rid of the dirty tea towel. And let's just get that nice and hot before we start because this is so thin that it won't take more than a few minutes on each side. I'm not going to cook it all. I'm going to do one portion for Monique and Pete to try.
Oh, yay.
You think you might like it, eh, Pete? Yeah, okay. He's got the thumbs up there. Yeah. So, yeah, get rid of that as well. That's to put it on when it's cooked. That's getting nice and hot. Is it getting nice and hot? It's getting nice and hot. And the stewy part of things is burbling away there. Need to taste it.
Now, I have had a couple of people, when they've watched your show, they've noticed you do use induction.
I do use
induction.
Induction. Everybody asks me. Yeah. I absolutely love it. It has revolutionized the time I spend on cooking. It's so fast. And so easy, you know, like doesn't make a mess. And in the summer, you haven't got these burners. It's not like turning on the central heating. It's great. Really like it. That's good.
Okay, so Wendy Lynch has just asked over on the right page.
Yeah.
Hi Ray, cook
Wendy.
pork like that tonight, but with Chinese 5-spice and soya sauce. Can I add mirin
to
the with the Chinese 5-spice and soya sauce?
Yeah. Are you making teriyaki? Because teriyaki doesn't have 5-spice. That's a Chinese flavor. So yeah, you could. Okay, look, chicken. Hang on. I'll just do the chicken thing here. Get a couple of nice bits of chicken.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, it's looking alright, eh? Hey, the other thing I like doing with chicken like this is crumbing it and, frying it. And hang on, we're going to turn on that. Is that alright, Pete? Yep. Yeah, and having chicken schnitzel. Oh, chicken schnitzel.
Yeah, I know, it's so good.
Love chicken schnitzel. All right. So I'll just do enough for one portion. We'll eat the rest of this for dinner. Like, I think that's probably going to be enough. And that's almost ready to be turned over.
So Lisa Ann Lethbridge Stewart just says,
Yep.
Nick Fuo, I hope I said that right, asked, where does cumin come from? I thought India.
Cumin. Well, all spices probably, yeah, it's Indian, but probably came from the Spice Islands. Is this like some sort of test?
I'm not sure.
I feel like I'm having an exam, but that's okay. Probably it came from the Spice Islands, which is, you make me want to go and get a reference book and check it out immediately, actually, which I might do while I'm waiting for this to cook.
And Jonathan Penrose has just asked a question as well.
Yeah.
There are so many oil choices out there for cooking or making dressings with. Which one or two would be best to use, keeping in mind environmental impact and healthy choice? Wow.
Look, healthy choice, all real food, you know, good food is healthy. It's just how much of it or a little of it that you eat that could be the problem. What was the other thing? Sustainable?
Yeah, sustainable.
Well, don't eat palm oil. Palm oil, bad stuff. Don't eat it, you know. What's happening to the rainforest? They're turning into palm oil plantations in Malaysia, places like that. What sort of oil? Well, basically, what sort of food is there? There's European food and Asian food, you know, broadly speaking. And Asian food doesn't use olive oil, but quite a few European cultures used olive oil. So I use olive oil for European food and something like, I don't know, canola or grapeseed oil when I don't want that olive oil flavor for Asian food, or soybean oil or peanut oil. Specialized cuisines that require coconut oil I use, like, you know, Sri Lankan or Thai food. But I don't get too hung up about that. Hey, that chicken's just about cooked. You'll be pleased to know.
Tracy Marie said, I can smell it cooking from here. She's up in Whangaparoa.
Okay, I can smell it cooking from here, actually. It smells great.
Yeah, and Raja has just said cumin is Indian.
It's Indian?
It is.
What, Raja? Is that just because it's got jeera in it and imli? No, they use those spices in other places, but yeah, I know what you mean. It is quite Indian. You could look at this as almost like a really fresh curry. Okay.
Ray, welcome home.
Thank you, Cookie. These ones are cooked. So the thing is with this dish, you get your chicken all set, you know, in the bowl with all the things that needs to go in there. You make the stewy part of things, turn it off, you reheat that when you want it, you cook this when you want it, you have the garnishes ready, you got a really nice meal that's easy to do, you know. All right. We've got clear juice coming out of that chicken, which means it's cooked. These are a bit thicker.
So Abby Lathis just commented that she loves chicken schnitzel, but she went to a place where it wasn't well cooked.
Ooh.
And she ended up with a bit of food poisoning.
No.
But is normally a fan.
No,
Tracy
we love
Marie
chicken.
Said,
yeah.
Thanks, Raja. I thought it was potentially from India. And
Right.
Jeanette Kirkman Crane just said that looks beautiful. I totally agree.
The colour. It's a lovely colour, yeah. All right, we're just about ready to serve this baby.
Wow. So you don't cook it in there like a stew?
No, I know. I didn't really. It was a hard one to call.
Yeah.
So it's a deconstructed stew.
A deconstructed stew.
Yeah, which I mean sounds so, you know, pretentious, but never mind. All right, I reckon that is ready. So I've only cooked about a third of this. Good, good, good. Yep. So there's the chicken part of things done. Turn off the stove. Take the stew over here. So that's the. Oh, sorry, Pete. I'm way ahead of you here. Yeah, we're going back over here. It's all gonna finish up here. So there's the stew. Smell that, Monique. Have a nice smell of that. It smells so fragrant, isn't it?
So good.
Yeah. There's the chicken part of things. So what I'm gonna do, what you do now is, we'll serve you up a portion.
Oh, lovely.
All right. So I suppose it's like chicken.
Oh, that just smells great.
It is good, eh? Chicken and sauce, really. But anyway.
So what would you serve this with? You wouldn't put it with rice or anything
I'd
like
put it with rice, couscous, crusty bread,
Yum.
you know, boiled potatoes. All that's going to taste good.
Yum. And if you're not a chicken eater, can you put a red meat into this dish?
Could you put a red meat into this dish? I think you probably could. What would you put?
Beef, pork? No, that's...
I'll put lamb, I think. Lamb would be good. If you got some back straps or little cutlets or, you know. Yeah.
Delicious.
It tastes quite good, I think. Yeah. Right, and then you just get this onto your board.
So Lisa Ann Lethbridge Stewart just said, it looks delicious. Can you deliver to Waiuku? No, you need to make it in Waiuku.
Yeah, you need to make it in Waiuku.
And Abby Leafus just said, what is couscous?
Oh, couscous is it's like a tiny little pasta that you get in Morocco and Tunisia. And there's several different sizes, but they're little round, looks a bit like sand actually. But, you know, really, really good.
If you've ever been to a Turkish restaurant and had tabbouleh, that's couscous. Couscous?
No.
Is it not?
No, couscous isn't a grain. Couscous is like tiny, tiny pasta. It's made out of flour and water.
I thought they were the same thing.
No, tabbouleh is chopped wheat.
Oh, I've learned something new today.
Yeah.
I got told they were the same thing. That's crazy.
No, I think you get the name and the address of that person and
I know, and
have it out with them.
Yeah. Send them a letter of warning. For
Yeah,
being
I reckon. All right, look. On goes the...
great.
Yeah, well, you know, it looks a bit, you know, but sort of brown really, doesn't it? But brown and boring at the moment, so hang on a minute. It's not quite finished. So we're going to continue with that sort of...
Oh, there's so many hearts and thumbs coming through. Thanks, guys.
Middle Eastern, yeah. So what I want now, and I really love the sourness of things like yogurt with the
that real
tomato.
contrast of flavour, right?
Works really well. So as soon as I get the Glad wrap off here, we've got some plain, naturally thickened yogurt. There's no pectin, there's no carrageen, there's no gelatin, there's no corn flour in here. This is actually yogurt that's been left to culture naturally so it gets really thick, okay?
Beautiful.
And you have a blob of that on top.
Yum.
I know, it's getting weird, Pete. And I also want some red chili. These not very hot, but they have a lovely sort of, you know, fragrant sort of a heat. Some of that on there as well. I think we can get rid of this now.
Perfect.
Oh, thank God for that. And some sprigs of coriander.
Oh, a couple of great, interesting comments. Lorraine Baker over on your page there, Ray, has just said, I don't like couscous. Couscous? Is that how
Couscous, I say couscous, yeah.
Prefer unhulled millet or
Well,
rice.
that's what you should eat then.
Yeah, I don't like quinoa either. Love this dish just as it is. Actually, I do too.
Do you?
Yeah, I think that looks great.
Good. Well, look, that's the dish. I've called it a stew. It's a very loose interpretation of a stew.
Raja just said, can we use hung curd in place of yogurt, Ray?
Do you mean dahi, Raja? Curd?
Or do you mean like paneer?
No.
No?
Curd is dahi. It's Hindi for yogurt.
Oh.
Yeah, and in India you call yogurt, we call it yogurt, you call it curd.
Ah.
Yeah. So look.
I'm learning so much tonight.
That's it.
Beautiful.
So I think it's a really pretty little dish. It's easy to make. It's, you know, there's nothing tricky. You can do it in stages.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really.
So.
Yes, Raja said yes, dahi.
Dahi. It's yogurt. Yogurt, dahi. Yeah.
Beautiful. So I want to know how many of you are going to attempt this week.
Oh, you're so strict with them. You know,
I want to know.
Okay.
I want to see. It's not just about looking at pretty things. It's about getting results. That's what this show's about.
You got to calm down.
I do.
I know. All right. Hey, look, that's it.
Yeah, nice and easy. And if you are looking for that recipe and you've only just joined, you need to head to raymcvinnie.com to get the recipe.
Go on, have a taste.
All right.
Might need salt.
Here goes the big judgment. I'm a bit of a food snob.
Well, one day she will eat something she really hates, but so far so good.
Yeah. Do okay. You're quite a good cook, really.
Thank you. Right.
Right. Got a little bit of everything.
Got a little bit of everything going on there. Okay. All right, down the hatch. All right.
That is so good.
Here you go.
Thanks, love. Oh, that is so good. Oh yeah, come on. It's great. Oh, it's everything I want. Oh yeah.
I'll have what she's having.
I know, I'm going to have a lie down now.
Yeah, all right.
Really good.
Hey,
try it.
it's fun to be back. Really is good to be back. It's really good
to have you back. And, Denise Reister, I hope I said that, said, yes, sounds and looks perfect. It's tasty as heck. You need to try it, honestly, Denise. Tracy Marie said, definitely going to get you to Norfolk Island.
Cool.
Especially with Tahitian influence, using lots of fresh fish.
Yeah.
That'd be quite neat to explore.
Give me to Tahiti.
Yeah, Tahiti, see what you can do. And she also said, thank you so much, team. Wonderful dish. Thank you, Ray.
Good, a pleasure.
Look, it's been lovely having you guys with us. Thanks to Pete, who's behind the camera and is producing for us tonight.
Genius.
Thank you, Ray.
Thank you, Monique.
For welcoming us all into your home. Lovely to have you here. And remember, Tuesday night, 6:30, be here with us. And we'd love to know what you're cooking, so keep those questions and comments coming in. Time for us to go and have dinner. Ka kite, see you next time.
Thanks, everyone. See ya. Might take a photo.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
I'll just put it like that. That's good. Beautiful.